Hi guys, so as you're all fully aware, I absolutely love Orks and I love the display case that I've made for Orks. But obviously this all kind of originated because of my love also of Warhammer 40k kill teams. And as you can see here, I've got my 3D printed board with my little extra bits for dice and tokens and all the rest. But the main bit I love on here is obviously these walls. Yeah, as you can see, I've got 4 different types of walls on here. And these are all made by FabrictorsLair. And as you can see here, I've got the option where they have magnets in them, which is just awesome, as it makes it so easy to, well, be able to rearrange the walls in any sort of manner you want. You just pick them up, move them around, job done, which is just absolutely awesome. So these 4 were released by FabrictorsLair in a Kickstarter some time ago, but they're actually releasing a new Kickstarter where there's going to be 2 more sort of different types of walls for ships, as well as a 3rd one to unlock, which is just amazing. Because as you can see, I absolutely love these tiles. They're really well made. So you get the walls, columns, the floors, loads of accessories as well. And as you can see, they're all very unique and very different looking, which I really love. The fact of obviously having like a spaceship or a board-in spaceship that is made up of, well, a whole variety of looking terrain, which is just great. So here's the new Kickstarter the FabrictorsLair has got. There's a link down below, guys. Go give that a click to see more of obviously the details on all of this. As I say, the option I've gone for are the magnetic ones, but they do have the normal conventional slot-in ones as well. And obviously these are, well, the 2 new ones that are being released through this Kickstarter initially. And obviously this one it's got to be my favourite because it's an Ork sort of style looking one. So obviously lots of panels that are, well, bodged together with bits and pieces here and there. And yeah, just very Orky looking, which is just amazing. So as I say, you get the walls, you get the doors, there's a whole variety of other bits and pieces. Well, everything you need for a kill team, kill zone board, really. But I like the fact that obviously these columns you can put on top of each other if you wanted to make sort of additional layers, which is really, really good. So I say these are the magnetic ones, and they go together really well. And with the floor tiles, they are arranged that you can have 9 tiles that butt together, and they obviously like overlap on each other, which is really good. So you get them in the right order, and it looks like one sort of continuous kind of floor. But the other great thing with these is you can obviously put these together and just make, well, a little backdrop for a diorama. Or a way of displaying and showing off your miniatures. So as well as the Ork one, which is obviously going to be my favourite because I'm a little bit biased there, they also releasing this dwarf looking one, which I'll have to admit, yeah, probably is my 2nd favourite, as I do love dwarfs. When I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, I was always a dwarf. So these are the other ones, the more conventional sort of lock-in ones. So no magnets needed. These just sort of slot in place and the cap goes over the top. And that keeps it everything yeah, where it should be. Obviously I love the magnets purely because they are so much easier to disconnect and move around once you've got like a whole board. Yeah, so for me it's magnets, but say you can have the normal kind of slot-in ones, which is really good. So say, yeah, these could be used as, well, a backdrop to take pictures of your miniatures. So that kind of got me thinking that, yeah, as well as I'll be using these for my kill zone board, it would be a nice way of displaying some miniatures, or my kill team miniatures. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I've taken the well, the walls and the bits and pieces into Tinkercad. I say my skills and knowledge when it comes to 3D manipulation is very limited. I can add bits, I can take bits away, which is really good. Say Tinkercad, it's a free software. It's really easy to use. And I say for me, just being able to add bits, take bits away, yeah, it's what I need. So obviously in this case with the backdrop, I want to take off the back side of the wall, because I only need one side, because this is going to go into, say, a display case, so you are only going to see the one side. So yeah, as if by magic, you can sort of make the back bit disappear just by combining obviously the wall and sort of the negative sort of space thingy. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about there. I don't know any of the words. Yeah, I can just take bits away. Obviously, take bits away, and you can add bits. So as you can see here, I've added a couple of bits together, deleted bits off the bottom. I've done the floor, and I've taken away circles, so I can obviously put my my miniatures and drop them in the sort of gap. And the back bit, I'm going to print that out as one bit, as I'm using the Uniformation GK2 3D printer, which is an amazing printer. It's a lovely large size plate on it, which means I can print all these bits out in one go, which just makes things so much easier. And in just one print I can get, well, I can get all the bits I need for this display case. So as you can see, everything's come out really well. No surprises there. The printer is awesome, and everything made by FabrictorsLair is just awesome. I've had to put my own supports on these, so they weren't too bad. But FabrictorsLair do their own supports, and everything comes out, well, again, just perfectly, which is just awesome. So yeah, you may have seen these display cases before. These are cut out on a laser cutter, makes it nice and easy, and obviously you get nice square cut edges, which is just awesome. And yeah, I kind of obviously try to make sure I got all the dimensions correct for everything, so everything does sort of slot in rather nice. There's a few sort of small little gaps, but nothing too major. So the main part of it is going to get super glued in, as well. I don't want anything to move out or come out, or yeah, so my two glues that I normally use, super glue, or I do use the old Gorilla Glue. Generally, if I can, I go with the super glue just because obviously it's quicker, it's faster, and then, yeah, although I've got the slow drying super glue, so mine does take about 15-20 seconds to fully sort of harden. But yeah, again, love it. Everything sort of fits in really nice. So this is where, say, Tinkercad, easy software to use. You can't do too much with it, but say for my needs, adding, taking away, joining bits, it's just perfect. As you can see, the FabrictorsLair have done such an awesome job making these panels look so orky. Yeah, I love it because obviously I love Orks, so anything to do with Orks is a winner in my eyes. So yeah, guys, don't forget, check out the link down below to FabrictorsLair and all the pieces they do. So they do the full range of walls, columns, add-on bits, yeah, it's like everything you need to make a great and awesome looking kill team kill zone board. Or again, in my case, you can manipulate the parts and make, well, other bits and pieces and terrain and, well, odds and ends. So yeah, good old grout. Again, this is something that I use so much of, or not necessarily so much of, but I use it a lot of the time, as it is just a great way of filling in little gaps. Obviously, I don't need to be too neat here because this is going to be a bit of a rust bucket soon, so having some sort of rough and ready bits at the bottom, yeah, just kind of like adds to the overall effect. So it's primed in matte black as always from the Colour Forge, awesome looking matte black, and I'm going to do some spray painting. Again, because I don't need to be too neat and precise with this, and whenever I use a spray gun, yeah, I'm never neat and precise. I think I've used it about a dozen times now, maybe. Yeah, I do love using it because it is a fast, quick way of getting paint onto something. But yeah, my skills in being sort of neat and precise, yeah, they're not quite there. So with this, it is just a case of going around spraying some panels. I'm doing some red, obviously do some silver now. I'm going to pick out the main sort of like Orkish colours, which are normally vibrant, sort of strong colours, some yellows, some blues, and obviously got to have green in there somewhere. And yeah, so doing the panels, again, don't need to be too neat because I know I am going to go over and make this into a bit of a rust bucket. So yeah, just slap the paint on basically. So using the airbrush really doesn't take too much time at all. It's nice and easy to clean it out as well, so I can get all the colours on there. And as you can see, yeah, lovely, strong, vibrant colours because, well, that's what Orks are all about. And my favourite stuff to, I've got lots of favourite stuff to use with this, Dirty Down Rust. It's just awesome. So I've got Dirty Down Rust, an old brush, and this did have water in it, that little cup, but I'd already rusted up something else prior to rusting this up, which is why the water in there is brown. And yeah, if you have never used it before, Dirty Down Rust, so simple, so easy to use. I'm basically getting it out of the bottle, putting it on just randomly here, there and everywhere, sort of neat. And now I'm dipping my brush in the water just to obviously mix it up a little bit. And the great thing with it, adding all the water in, it drips. So you get some lovely rusty drip sort of marks. And the other great thing about this is you've now got areas where there's stronger Dirty Down Rust and areas where it's weaker. So when this does dry, you get a nice combination of areas that look super rusty to areas that look mildly rusty. And again, because it's obviously with the water as well, because of the drips, yeah, I think that just adds to the realism of lovely rusty drip marks, which is good. So again, I love this stage because you don't need to be neat. And again, this is where my big love of Orks is. Strong, vibrant colours. You can't really mess things up. Orks don't take themselves seriously. And yeah, look how it's come out. It's, say, nice and simple. Great looking rust effects. Yeah, just need to really sort of make it look a bit more metal sort of looking now. And that's just doing a bit of dry brushing. So yeah, simply getting some silver paint on my brush. Brush most of it off onto my lovely face logo sort of textured dry brush palette there. And then yeah, just dry brush. Catch all the top areas. So you have a bit of metal sort of showing through. And I say this just helps as well with the rust look. And yeah, it's simple, easy, but just, yeah, love it. Again, keeping it simple. That's kind of what I'm all about. Sweet, simple, but yeah, awesome. And again, I'm loving what I'm doing. And that's the main thing with this hobby, is to, yeah, to thoroughly enjoy what you're doing. So I don't have many transfers at the moment, although I have, or I will be getting sent loads soon. So I can't wait to sort of try out some more sort of transfers. So all the transfers I am currently using, these are all sort of like from the Warhammer 40k sets. So a whole variety of them. Obviously some are Orky ones, so they're definitely going to be used. And some are just, well, they're kind of like little generic, well, signs, warning things. And in this case, well, some of these have got bones on. So I'm not too sure where they sort of fit in. But yeah, slap on some transfers. This obviously helps with the whole theme and look of everything. But then we need to mess these up. They are obviously far too clean and neat looking. So good old wash. Yeah, chuck a bit of wash on. Yeah, and job done. Say nice and simple, nice and quick. But end result just looks amazing. So obviously we saw it at the beginning. I think we should see it again in all its glory. How this looks with some lovely, wonderful Orks on it. And there we go. I think FabrictorsLair have done an absolutely amazing job with these tiles. And I say they're going to look awesome in my Killzone board. But they look just as awesome in this display box for, well, my Warhammer 40k Kill Team Orks. So yeah, absolutely love these dudes. So don't forget to click on the link down below for FabrictorsLair Kickstarter, the Gothic Sector Lost Ships Part 2. As yeah, so these two lots of files are absolutely awesome. And there's another one coming out as well. So you really can customise your Killzone board, yeah, to whatever sort of suits your needs. So yeah, big thank you to FabrictorsLair for sponsoring the video. And a big thank you as well to my patrons, Chaos Cards and the Colour Forge, for also obviously helping me out each month. There's another video on the screen, guys. Give that a click, see more of what I do. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. You guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.